Hi, you're watching Jens Media and I'm Jens, and today we're going to take a closer look at the Mars 300 Pro and how you can power it. The unit itself is pretty lightweight. It has a NPF plate here on the back, so you can power it by NPF batteries. And it has a USB-C connection on the side here that you can power it through. And the different styles of NPF batteries you can power it by. You have the 550, the smallest one, and then you have the 750, you have the 970 or 960, and the 990. And of course, depends on what battery you use, the run time differs. So if you take the big one or the middle one, it will run you almost a full day. But it will be quite big setup and heavy on the camera. So I have been looking at different ways to power it without the batteries, because the unit itself is so light, so it's nice to just power it by the USB-C by different ways. And one way, if you have the camera on a stationary position, you can power it by a simple cell phone charger. Just plug it in. If you're using, like me, I'm using a C70, or if you use these kind of batteries, it has a USB-A connection here. You just plug in a USB-A cable to USB-C cable and power it that way. So this battery both power the camera and this unit. Or if you have a bigger rig with a V-mount, you can have a V-mount battery with a USB-A out to USB-C. So it's a couple of different ways. Or if you have a power bank, you can just take a power bank and power it by that. So here's kind of a bonus, how to power your Mars 300 Pro if you're using a Canon C70. You take the transmitter and then you take a USB-C to USB-C cable. You connect it to the transmitter, and on the C70 you have a USB port. You connect the USB-C cable here. And nothing happens. But if you go into the menu on the C70 and enable network, you got power. This is a way if you want to power the unit from the camera and don't want to have a battery on it. Or if the camera battery doesn't have a USB connection. I have not tested this fully, so I can't guarantee if it would work perfect. One thing to remember is when you have network enabled on the C70, the camera will draw more power from the battery. So the receiver, how to power the receiver, it's the same story here. Usually I have this on a monitor. Sometimes a computer monitor has a USB hub, and then you can just power it through the USB hub if the USB hub is powered by the power unit or power supply in the monitor itself. Sometimes you have to power the USB hub that is built in the monitor by connecting it to by USB power. But I have some monitors that can just power it by itself. And then it's very easy. Just mount this on the monitor and then plug in a USB-A to USB-C cable to this guy, and it runs all day. If you are in the field, I usually use a V-mount battery on my monitor, and then you have the USB-A out. You just connect this on the side on the back of the monitor, and this V-mount power both the monitor and the receiver. Or you can have a power bank, or just take a big NPF battery and slap it on. And the receiver isn't that crucial to have lightweight, because you don't carry it around if you don't have a handheld monitor. If you have it on a stand, you can have a big battery, it doesn't matter. So those are the ways I power my Mars 300 Pro. Hopefully you have learned something today, and thank you for watching. Have a nice day. Bye.